In China, the future is already here. Robots that walk, talk, and even give birth. From artificial astronauts to humanoid machines that look eerily real, these inventions are blurring the line between man and machine. Stay tuned, because what you'll see next will be the greatest technologies China is building, and what happens next will make you question humanity itself. Curious? Join us and let's go! Keep the voice steady and informative, with light emphasis on important facts. Use smooth pacing and make it feel like an expert guiding a tour of knowledge. Number 11. AI massage robots invade American spas in San Antonio. San Antonio just became home to the first AI-powered robotic massager in Texas, and it's not what you'd expect from robot technology. This machine, called Scape, represents 7 years of development and $70 million in investment. Using 2 sophisticated robotic arms, 4 camera body scanning, and real-time pressure sensors to deliver massages that customers say feels surprisingly human-like. The system requires clients to wear tight-fitting suits instead of using oils or lotions, while the robot continuously adjusts pressure and avoids sensitive areas like necks and ankles based on real-time feedback. Sessions cost $80 for an hour or $45 for 30 minutes, making it cheaper than most human massage therapists in major cities. The spa leases the machine rather than buying it outright due to the high upfront costs, but Scape units are already operating in over 100 locations across the United States. Customer reactions are split dramatically. Some people love the novelty and consistency, while others are terrified the robot might malfunction and crush them, despite the company's assurances about strict pressure limits and safety protocols. The robot isn't perfect for everything, though. It struggles with specific issues like shoulder knots that require the intuitive touch and problem-solving skills of licensed human therapists. But for people who prefer to avoid human contact or want consistent pressure without conversation, it offers an appealing alternative. The success of these robotic massage systems represents a broader trend of AI and robotics infiltrating service industries that have traditionally been exclusively human domains. As the technology improves and costs decrease, we're likely to see robotic massage therapists, robotic physical therapists, and other automated wellness services become increasingly common in American businesses. The question isn't whether this technology... Number 10. Humanoid security guards patrol Chinese streets. Chinese cities are deploying humanoid security robots that look like something straight out of science fiction movies, and they're not just for show. These towering machines patrol shopping centers, office buildings, and public spaces with capabilities that go far beyond traditional security cameras. The robots can identify faces, track suspicious behavior, communicate with potential threats, and coordinate with human security teams in real time. Companies like CloudMinds and their XR1 humanoid robots are already working alongside human guards in major Chinese cities, providing 24/7 surveillance that never gets tired or distracted. These security robots use advanced AI to analyze body language, detect weapons, identify wanted individuals, and even intervene in situations before they escalate into serious problems. They're equipped with speakers for verbal warnings, emergency communication systems, and direct connections to police dispatch centers. What makes them particularly effective is their imposing physical presence combined with obvious technological sophistication. Most people instinctively behave better around them because they assume everything is being recorded and analyzed. The robots can patrol areas that might be dangerous for human guards, work in extreme weather conditions, and maintain consistent vigilance during overnight shifts when human attention typically wavers. Chinese authorities are expanding these programs rapidly because the robots provide detailed digital records of incidents, reduce liability issues associated with human security guards, and offer cost-effective coverage for large areas. The psychological impact on crime rates appears significant. Petty theft and vandalism drop dramatically in areas where humanoid security robots are visible. International security companies are watching these deployments closely because the technology is proving more effective than traditional surveillance systems while being more cost-effective than hiring additional human guards. The robots represent a fundamental shift toward automated law enforcement that could reshape how we think about public safety and security. I'm going to ask you a simple question. Are you a naturally curious person? If you're watching, I'm pretty sure the answer is yes. This space is made for people like us. To ensure you're always part of this community and receive all our latest discoveries, you just need to do one thing: subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to stay connected with us. Okay, now that you're part of our Legion of the Curious, let's move on to the next item. Number 9. Kaiwa Technology. Kaiwa technology just stunned everyone at the 2025 World Robot Conference in Beijing with plans for what they claim will be the world's first pregnancy humanoid robot equipped with a fully functional artificial womb. This isn't some distant sci-fi concept. They're talking about launching by 2026 at under 100,000 yuan, roughly $13,900. The robot would be life-sized and capable of carrying a fetus through a complete 10-month gestation cycle, including delivery. Founder Gang Qiang describes it not as a simple incubator, but as a sophisticated humanoid that mimics natural pregnancy, with the fetus floating in artificial amniotic fluid and receiving nutrients through specialized tubes. According to Qiang, the core technology is already working in laboratory conditions. Now they just need to integrate everything into a humanoid form. The concept is sparking massive ethical and legal debates worldwide, with some seeing it as hope for infertile families, while others are horrified by the idea of robot surrogates carrying human babies. There are scientific precedents, though. Back in 2017, researchers in Philadelphia successfully kept a premature lamb alive for 4 weeks in a biobag artificial womb system, until it grew wool. But that was partial gestation support, not full-term development from fertilization to birth, which represents a quantum leap in complexity. Kaiwa says they're already in discussions with provincial authorities in Guangdong about legal frameworks, but the questions this raises are staggering. How do you regulate artificial pregnancy? What are the cycles? Number 8. NASA's Pascal Lee. NASA's Pascal Lee is pushing a radical concept that could completely change space exploration: artificial astronauts designed specifically for Mars missions. Instead of shipping tons of food, oxygen, and life support systems for human crews, these humanoid robots would be built tough enough to handle the brutal conditions on Mars, while performing all the tasks that human astronauts would do. These artificial astronauts could conduct spacewalks without bulky protective suits, work in radiation-heavy environments that would kill humans, and operate continuously without sleep, food, or psychological support. Lee envisions them as the perfect solution for early Mars missions, where conditions are too dangerous and unpredictable for human crews. He's talking about androids powered by artificial general intelligence that match human traits and mobility, and eventually artificial super astronauts with capabilities that completely exceed human performance. In this future scenario, robots wouldn't just assist human space exploration, they'd lead it, carrying human DNA across the galaxy to distant planets and star systems. Lee suggests we'll eventually see these artificial astronauts as our offspring, living vicariously through their adventures, like proud parents watching their children explore the universe. SpaceX is already on board with this thinking, with Musk stating that Starship could launch Optimus robots to Mars as early as 2026, ahead of planned human landings in 2029 or 2031. If those robotic missions succeed in establishing infrastructure and proving the safety of Mars operations, humans would follow later as colonists rather than pioneers. This represents a fundamental shift in how we think about space exploration, from humans leading with robot assistance to robots leading with humans following once it's safe. The artificial astronauts would serve as pathfinders, scouts, and construction crews, building habitats and life support systems before humans ever leave Earth. This approach could dramatically reduce the cost and risk of Mars colonization while accelerating. Number 7. Shanghai's Kepler Robotics. Shanghai's Kepler Robotics just dropped a game-changer with their K2 Bumblebee humanoid robot, and people can't stop talking about how it walks. This machine doesn't shuffle around like those awkward robots you've seen before. It actually walks with straight knees, just like humans do. Most robots bend their knees constantly because they're basically always in a crouch position, making them look clunky and robotic. Bumblebee breaks that mold completely. The straight knee gait isn't just about looking good. It makes the robot incredibly energy efficient and stable on uneven ground, slopes, and when someone pushes it around. The secret sauce is their hybrid joint design, working with something called VLA plus AI framework, which stands for Vision, Language, and Action. This setup processes multiple data streams simultaneously, letting the robot react instantly to whatever happens around it. During live demonstrations at the 2025 World Artificial Intelligence Conference, this robot ran for 8 straight hours without breaking down, manipulating objects and having conversations, while staying perfectly balanced even when the environment got chaotic. That's huge because robot fragility has always been the biggest complaint. When you compare it to Tesla's Optimus, the difference is obvious. Tesla's actuation system hasn't proven itself against unexpected bumps and disturbances like Bumblebee has. Social media is already buzzing with predictions that these humanoids will be everywhere by 2030, with viral videos showing robots jogging through city streets. But industry experts keep warning that making this commercially viable will be tough. Costs are still high, regulations aren't ready, and even with massive government funding, we're still years away from seeing thousands of these robots actually working regular jobs. Number 6. Robot waiters take over Chinese restaurants. Walk into any major Chinese city today, and you'll find restaurants where human servers are becoming the exception rather than the rule. Robot waiters are everywhere, rolling between tables, taking orders, and delivering food with efficiency that's making traditional restaurant service look outdated. These aren't simple remote-controlled machines. They're autonomous systems that navigate crowded dining rooms, recognize customers, remember preferences, and handle complex orders without breaking down. Companies like Pudu Robotics have deployed thousands of service robots across China, with their cat-themed robots becoming local celebrities that diners actually request to serve their tables. The robots use LiDAR, cameras, and advanced pathfinding algorithms to move through restaurants even during busy dinner rushes when spaces are packed with moving people. They can carry multiple dishes simultaneously, approach tables from optimal angles, and even communicate with customers about menu items and specials. What started as a novelty during COVID-19 has become a permanent fixture because restaurant owners discovered that robot servers don't call in sick, don't require breaks, and don't make mistakes with orders. The cost savings are enormous once you factor in wages, benefits, and training time for human staff. Customers are adapting faster than anyone expected, with many people actually preferring the consistent, polite service that robots provide without the unpredictability of human moods. The robots have built-in personality programming that makes them charming rather than mechanical, with responses that feel natural, even though everyone knows they're talking to a machine. Chinese restaurants are essentially beta testing the future of food service, and the model is working so well that expansion to other countries seems inevitable. The question isn't whether robot waiters will spread globally, it's how quickly traditional restaurants will adapt or get left behind. Number 5. Dancing robots break the internet. Boston Dynamics might have Atlas, but China's got something that's making people question everything they thought they knew about robot entertainment. Several Chinese robotics companies are now producing humanoid robots that can dance with precision that puts most humans to shame. These machines aren't just moving to music, they're interpreting rhythm, coordinating complex choreography, and even freestyle dancing in ways that seem almost supernatural. The viral videos flooding social media show robots performing synchronized dance routines that would challenge professional dancers. What's really wild is how these robots maintain perfect balance while executing moves that require incredible coordination between upper and lower body movements. Chinese companies like Unitree and their Go-1 quadruped robots have been spotted breakdancing, literally spinning on their backs and performing moves that defy what we expect from machines. The technology behind this isn't just about motors and joints. It's about AI that can process music, understand timing, and translate audio inputs into fluid physical expressions. These dancing robots use the same balance and coordination systems that make them useful for industrial work. But seeing them bust moves to pop music creates this weird cognitive dissonance that makes people stop and stare. The entertainment. Number 4. Robot doctors perform medical procedures. Chinese hospitals are integrating surgical robots and medical AI systems that are performing procedures with precision that often exceeds human capabilities. These aren't just assisting human doctors, they're independently conducting surgeries, diagnosing conditions, and making treatment decisions with success rates that are making medical professionals reconsider the role of human expertise. Da Vinci surgical systems are being enhanced with Chinese-developed AI that can identify optimal incision points, predict complications, and adjust techniques in real time based on patient responses. The robots can perform microsurgeries that require steadiness and precision beyond human capabilities, especially during procedures that last for many hours when human surgeons might experience fatigue. Chinese medical AI systems are analyzing patient data, medical imaging, and treatment histories to recommend therapies that human doctors might miss due to the sheer volume of information involved. Some hospitals are reporting better outcomes for certain procedures when robots handle the technical aspects while human doctors focus on patient care and complex decision-making. The robots don't replace human medical expertise entirely, but they're augmenting it in ways that improve patient safety and treatment effectiveness. Chinese medical robotics companies are developing specialized systems for different types of procedures: cardiac surgery, neurosurgery, orthopedic surgery, each optimized for the specific requirements of those medical specialties. The technology is advancing so rapidly that medical schools are having to completely revise their curricula to prepare doctors for human-robot collaboration rather than traditional solo practice. Patients are generally accepting robot-assisted procedures because the outcomes speak for themselves: lower infection rates, shorter recovery times, and more precise results. The cost implications are enormous because robot surgeons can work longer hours, make fewer mistakes, and handle multiple procedures without the overhead costs associated with human medical specialists. International medical systems are watching Chinese developments closely because the competitive advantages are becoming too significant. Number 3. Jack Ma's cooking robot enters mass production. Jack Ma's Ant Group just unveiled their first humanoid robot called R1 through their robotics division, Robiant, and it's already cooking garlic shrimp in demonstration kitchens across China. This isn't another prototype gathering dust in a lab. R1 is in active mass production, with units already delivered to locations like the Shanghai History Museum. The robot is substantial, weighing 243 pounds and standing between 5.2 and 5.7 feet tall, with 34 degrees of freedom and a walking speed of 1.5 meters per second. R1 can handle complex tasks like cooking, giving museum tours, and even conducting basic medical consultations, though Ant isn't selling it as a standalone product. Instead, they're packaging it as part of comprehensive scenario solutions for institutions that need automated assistance. Ant CEO of Robiant, Zwing, admits they're newcomers to robotics, but wants to leverage Ant's massive. Number 2. Tesla's Optimus faces Master Plan Part 4. Elon Musk just dropped Master Plan Part 4 just 29 months after Part 3, showing how frantically fast the robotics race is moving. This latest plan puts AI and robotics at the absolute center of Tesla's future, with the theme of sustainable abundance, promising that autonomous cars and humanoid robots will revolutionize how humans work and live. Musk is betting Tesla's entire future on Optimus, claiming it will redefine labor by taking over dangerous and monotonous jobs, freeing humans to focus on what they actually want to do. But critics are getting louder about their doubts. Tesla's robo-taxi service in Austin still requires human operators. Safety regulators are circling with growing concerns, and Optimus itself has been accused of outright fakery at public events, where robots were secretly controlled by human operators behind the scenes. Production targets for 2025 look increasingly unrealistic, and even Musk himself admitted this latest master plan lacks specifics, promising to add more details later. The skepticism isn't just from outside observers. Industry insiders are questioning whether Tesla can actually deliver on these massive promises given their track record with previous ambitious timelines. The company has repeatedly missed self-driving deadlines, and full self-driving still requires constant human supervision despite years of promises about complete autonomy. Optimus faces similar credibility issues, with demonstrations that look impressive but often turn out to be more limited than initially presented. Tesla's stock price increasingly depends on investors believing in the robotics vision, but if Optimus fails to deliver meaningful capabilities soon, the company could face a serious reckoning. Musk's latest master plan feels more like a desperate attempt to maintain investor confidence than a realistic roadmap for the future. The pressure is mounting for Tesla to prove that Optimus can actually perform useful work autonomously, not just impress audiences at carefully staged. Number 1. X-Square Robot. X-Square Robot just secured over $100 million in Series A+ funding from major players like Alibaba Cloud and Hongshan Capital, but they're taking a completely different approach than the walking robots everyone else obsesses over. These guys are all about manipulation, robotic hands, fingers, and the ability to think across different robot types. Their breakthrough technology is called Wall-OS, an open-source AI model that solves two massive problems plaguing robotics right now. First is catastrophic forgetting, where teaching a robot something new makes it completely forget old skills, like training it to fold laundry suddenly makes it unable to open doors. Second is modal decoupling, when the robot's vision, language, and action systems get out of sync, making it fumble around like it's drunk. Wall-OS fixes both issues by training on a massive dataset that combines real-world action data with computer-generated video content. This means the robot isn't just memorizing specific moves, it's actually learning to adapt to different lighting conditions, object shapes, and environments. The system includes chain-of-thought reasoning, letting the robot plan multiple steps ahead for tasks it was never specifically trained for. Instead of simple pick-up, place-down commands, it can think through complex sequences, like walking from the dinner table to the fridge, grabbing specific food, and delivering it to someone in the living room. Their new Quanta X2 robot showcases all this technology, with 62 degrees of freedom, two 7-degree arms, and incredibly dexterous hands with 20 degrees of freedom each. The robot can detect subtle pressure changes and even make lifelike gestures, giving it surprising expressiveness. X-Square is positioning this as the foundation for robotic butlers that can handle household chores, service work, and industrial tasks, with modular attachments like spinning brushes and mop heads for comprehensive floor cleaning. Now, I'm leaving the next step of your journey up to you. On your screen, you'll see two of our best videos. Choose your curiosity and click on the one that calls to you now. Well, that's it, and until next time, Curious One.